Good morning, Unity North. I knew we'd be kind of small today. Oh, is there an echo in here? Does it feel like an echo to you? Yeah, I don't know what that is, but one of me is enough. If you have two or three of me, we're in big trouble. Oh, you know, we are doing the pinch hitting game today, and I feel so grateful to have a team where we can pinch hit. You know, the sound guy, you see the guy playing drums today? That's Michael. He's our sound guy. We got 3 calls today. Lisa's out, Greg is out, Julie's out. They all have flu, so we send, or something going on, we send love to them. But isn't it great that we have such a deep bench that our sound guy can come down from up there and play drums? Isn't it amazing? And isn't it wonderful that we have Danielle here to take Julie's place as she's off? So please welcome Danielle, and let's get this party started.
Good morning, Unity North. It is good to be here with you this morning. As we're moving into our burning bowl service and our white stone ceremony, we're thinking about what we're going to release, what no longer serves us, right? So I invite you to stand if you're able as we sing, I release.
The divine energy, the divine magnificence that expressed His all creation, yes? All you got to do is look to your left and your right, and there is the face of God, the living presence of the Christ that we have just celebrated. At this time of year, I like to revisit a poem called God Knows by an author named Minnie Louise Haskins. I'm going to invite you to take these words in as we are on the precipice of a brand new year, a new exciting adventure. To let these words give you the strength and the power to step fully into 2019. Take a deep breath with me. And let it go. And I said to the man who stood at the gate of the year, give me a light that I may tread safely into the unknown. And he replied, go out into the darkness and put your hand into the hand of God. That shall be to you better than light and safer than the known way. So I went forth and finding the hand of God, trod gladly into the night. And He led me towards the hills and the breaking of day in the lone east. So heart, be still. What need our little life, our human life, to know if God hath comprehension? In all the dizzy strife of things both high and low, God knows. God's will is best. The stretch of years which wind ahead, so dim to our imperfect vision and clear to God, our fears are premature. In God all time hath full provision. So rest until God moves to lift the veil from our impatient eyes, when as the sweeter features of life's stern face we hail, fair beyond all surmise, God's thought around his creatures, our mind shall fill. And so we enter today the mystery, the great mystery of life, past, present, and future. Not knowing what the new year holds before us, but knowing that it will be good and holy and sacred in every possible way, as we partner with the infinite light that we are, the infinite presence of God around us. We know that it is all good. And so we boldly take those steps necessary to reveal that which within us needs to be revealed, and to embrace that around us which needs to be embraced, and know that it will all be revealed in perfect timing. So we enter this day, this new year, with gratitude in our hearts and our minds for the vast miracle of this magnificent earthly journey that we share. For this and so much more, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Together, thank you, God. So I want to let you know, if did anybody get an email from me this morning? Oh, good. That's a good sign, because the entire staff and several of my friends got emails saying, when you come to church, pick up an iTunes gift card and take a picture of it and send it to me before you get to church. So somebody's been messing around with my email address. If you get a request from me for anything except a paid-off mortgage at Unity North, it is not real. It is not real. Please block that person and let us know. We appreciate it very, very much. We want to welcome anybody here. So, Matt, I'm still a little hot. I feel like I'm having to whisper here. Turn me down so I can be passionate today. I want to welcome anybody who's here for the very first time today. We want you to know that whoever you are and wherever you may be on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. And you are welcome here in our hearts. We behold you as the light that you are. And on this day, nobody is here by accident. Not one person is in this room by accident. Lina, you moved. You're not there by accident either. But you're here by a divine appointment. There's some good for you here, and there is certainly good for us that you have put your body into our space and into our hearts. And we celebrate that. We celebrate the light that you are. The ushers have a flower as a symbol that we're on a path of blooming and growing and blossoming and discovery. And attached to that flower is a little bit of information about Unity. If you're here for the first time, we are so delighted that you're here. We're going to ask that you put your hand up really high into the air so the ushers can find you. And the rest of us are going to give you a thunderous round of applause. Keep them up. Keep them up. Welcome to our home, welcome to our family, welcome to our community. We are delighted that you're chosen to be here. If you have any questions about your experience, our New Beginnings team would love to answer those questions, introduce you a little bit more to what we're all about here, and maybe our magnificent facility at the welcome table, right in the back of the room next to the kiosk. Some of you visitors today, I think we're here with Christmas Eve. Yes? Were you here on Christmas Eve? Thank you for coming back and giving us a shot. Wasn't Christmas Eve wonderful? I want to thank all the volunteers that put that service together, and especially Julie, her vision to bring it all together, but it was certainly a team effort. So I think the rest that she's getting today as she takes care of her body is well earned and deserved. One of the singers that sang on Christmas Eve is here today, and it's always a delight when she's in the room, and she's got a couple of really good songs today. Please welcome Sarah Crawford.
Shine.
wonderful question. What do you do if where you're at in the current moment, it's just dark? Go find the light. Let your soul shine. Be the light. We just got through celebrating a whole season of being the light, of recognizing the truth that we are the light. Sarah, thank you for being the light today. And Will Hodge, before you get out of here, thank you for being the light. That was some good guitar work. I like to embarrass them because that lets them know that they're missing the best talk of the entire year. 4 or 5 years ago, Will Hodge says, I don't play lead guitar. And now look what he's doing. I'm just so happy and impressed. So what do you do when you don't have the light where you are? You have to go explore new horizons. If the life that you are in right now, the container of your life you're in right now, isn't working for you, good. There is a call, a still small voice of the light within to go find the light, to be the light, and to remember the truth of your very existence. And that's a journey that is both external and internal. It is an outward look, and it is an inward look. Science is looking outward to go to explore final frontiers, a place where no one has gone before, beyond the planets, the cosmos, and the stars. We come together and we explore the vast universe that is within us. And those two things are necessary. So I thought I would get a couple of experts, Carl Sagan, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Bill Nye, the science guy, to begin our exploration, to boldly go where no man or woman has gone before. Please watch this video.
This excitement.
When a nation dreams big, everything falls into place.
Beyond the horizon, over the next hill, that's where we make discoveries. That's the next frontier. It is in us to look farther and deeper. It's deep within us. That is why we are all here. Over the next hill, beyond the horizon.
Dream of tomorrow. Already open seas. All friends adventure. Dream of tomorrow. Already open seas. Already open seas. Audacious visions have the power to alter mind states, to change assumptions about what is possible.
Beyond the horizon, over the next hill, that's where we make discoveries.
That's the next frontier.
It is in us to look farther and deeper. It's deep within us. That is why we are all here. Over the next hill, beyond the horizon. If we are to discover life on another world, it will change the way everyone feels about what it is to be a living thing in the cosmos.
Is a virus alive? Is crystal alive? Does life need this? Does life need liquid water? Is a virus alive? Does life have metabolism? Does life need this? Is virus alive? Is crystal alive? They're asking these questions.
Working together, I claim we can change the world.
There's a just tremendously exciting prospect called solar sailing, and it works exactly as an ordinary sailboat does.
It takes you to where you want to go. It's a whole new kind of idea. It travels on the wind from the sun. It takes you to where you want to go. It's a whole new kind of idea. It travels on the wind from the sun.
These dreams prevail in the citizens' ambitions.
It is time to set sail for the 21st century.
Beyond the horizon, over the next hill, that's where we make discoveries.
That's the next frontier.
It is in us to look farther and deeper. It's deep within us. That is why we are all here. Over the next hill, beyond the horizon. Beyond the horizon. here, it is in us to work farther and deeper. It's deep within us. That is why we are all here. Over the next hill, beyond the horizon.
Find your place in space. Space is vast and unexplored. And there's a lot of work to do.
Science is leading the way. Isn't that a great video? I just love that video. But science is leading the way, not religion, leading the way to the next frontier, to the next hill. And you clearly hear brilliant minds saying it is farther outreaching and it is farther in-reaching. And deep within us is the possibility of something so tremendous that we can express the Christ light that we are more tremendously than ever before. Now, they're not going to use the term Christ light, but clearly there were words like change the world. An understanding that we have the ability at our fingertips, at the very level of our soul, to change the world for the positive. Sounds like what Unity's been teaching since the Fillmore started the movement. That deep within us is a way to find our place in this vast cosmological universe as a cell within the body of an incredibly expansive universe to make a change. Yes, you as one little cell within this vast miracle that is life can make a change. Find your place, and then over the next hill, over the next horizon, is that good beyond anything you've ever experienced? How many of you are open that as good as 2018 was, or maybe not so good for you, that in 2019 it can be even better? And the only way that it can be even better is if you look beyond the horizon and not just stay where you are. You have an audacious vision of what is possible, and that you jump head first into the possibility, the realm of possibility contained within frozen universes out in space, but also frozen universes within your own being. You know, we celebrate. We just got through celebrating that Christ light. And oftentimes in January, it is very soon forgotten. We claim the miracle of our Christ essence, and then we go back to the same old container of our life and never, ever touch the face of God. I believe the basic unity principles that we teach, there is one power and one presence and one goodness and one godness, and it is expressing as all people. That means you are the veritable presence of God, a cell within the body of God, waiting for full expression. And that we're maybe touching a fraction of that ability. And I'm holding a dream and a vision for me, for you, for the whole world, that we all discover that and live it and taste it at such a place of depth, because the expansiveness is not only out into outer space, it is the depth of the space, which is as vast as what's out here. That your understanding and your connection and relationship to the universe and to God is about to get better than it has ever been. Where does the responsibility lie in that? It's you. You've got to change the world. You've got to look beyond the horizon and explore new frontiers of possibility in every area of your life. So I'm saying in 2019, the gauntlet has been thrown down. The challenge has been offered to each of you to learn something new, something out of the ordinary, to develop an audacious vision that everybody thinks that you're nuts and you're crazy, and to live in that vision. Yeah, a lot of the people on that video were called crazy people, yet they're changing the face of the planet. And I believe that you have the same power that they do. Maybe not the intellectual capacity. I don't put myself into that category. But I have within me, and you have within you, the ability to transform the planet with the thoughts that you were holding, the feelings that you were holding, the words that you were speaking, and the actions that you were taking, to move towards the next horizon and not be defined by the limited reality that defined 2018. Even if it was good, it was limited. We live in an infinite universe, screaming and shouting for greater expression. The Christ light that we celebrated, the man that brought that consciousness to the planet just last Monday. This is what he has to say in the book of Revelations. He was also a pioneer. And let's put that quote up there, Wes. We got it? 3, 2, 1, bam. Let's read it together. Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person, and they with me. This is a revealing. This is an epiphany. This is a foretelling of the future. I'm saying it's 2019. There is an essence so powerful, as intelligent as all of the people in that video, knocking at the door saying, give me life. Don't just celebrate my birth in one man once a year, but to awaken within you, within the cellular structure of your very soul, the knowledge that there is a birthing after birthing after birthing after horizon, and that you have within you, with an audacious vision, to become so much more than you ever have been. And the meal that we will digest together when we do this together is the best meal you've ever eaten in your life. The time has come in 2019 to answer the knock, to listen to that still small voice and say, there's more of you, there's more of you, there's more of you, to turn the handle and open the floodgates of good beyond your wildest imagining, because there's a banquet table that's waiting for your discovery. In order to do that, well, that means releasing some old negative stinking thinking. It means releasing your fears, releasing what you have accepted as a limitation about who you are. If there is any truth to the principle that there is one source and one power in this world, and expressing at the point of view, you've been playing too small. God is expressing at the point of you. Why have you limited that? By putting up walls of limitation, saying, well, I'm only this good, I'm not that good. Jesus is not the great exception to the rule. He was the great example, and he said, follow me. Follow me, follow me. So I'm saying 2019 is the year that you follow that expression and experience and walk smack dab into your greatest challenges, to walk smack dab into your own consciousness and do some cleaning of house, to return to the divine essence that you were created in and as, and shine more brightly than you have ever shone before. That means going into the new horizon. And we're getting rid of the stuff that is in the way, the walls that you have put up, the limitations you have put up, so that you can embrace the new reality. A frozen universe outside, science will take care of that. I'm asking you to get in touch with the frozen universe that you have kept at bay within your own heart. And let it out, and don't make apology for it. I'm tired of making apology to those who don't understand when I say God's expressing at the point of me. God's beautiful and magnificent and intelligent and wise and totally funny and totally hot. I'm saying live your magnificence, not from a place of arrogance, but from a place of knowing who you are, where you come from, and where you are going. And we give too much power away to the people that want to say no, 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 and put blocks up. 2019 is the year you shine, whether somebody's comfortable with it or not. There's a Gary Chapman song. Gary Chapman is a Christian artist. Go ahead and clap for yourself. Woo! Can you tell I got a little bit of rest over the last few days? I'm feeling my oats today. There's a Gary, what's that? I'm glowing. Ah. Now, if I can just control the people who've hacked into my emails, I'll really glow. The Gary Chapman song says this, and I'm going to sing it because it's easier for me to remember the words. Some people look at the ocean, but never set foot past the shore, while others set sail and never look back and go where no one's gone before. Some people look at a mountain, and the fear of its shadows their mind, while others look up and chart out their course as slowly they start their long climb. 2019, we're looking at the ocean, and I'm saying the winds of God are blowing. Put up your sails. Don't let 2019 be just another time where you think about sailing the ocean, or you think about going up the mountain of possibility, that you take the steps with your knees knocking and shaking and every part of you going, I don't know if I can do this. That's the old stinking thinking that's getting in the way of you climbing the mountain, putting up your sails and sailing the ocean of possibility. You don't even know. You have no idea where you're going. But if you take the step, the universe will respond to that. Your faith, your willingness, your desire to say, here I am. The universe will respond to that, and you'll have an army of energy and good to explore the frozen universes all over the world. And things will be unlocked. Doors will be open. Floodgates of possibility will make 2019 better than 2018 and every year up to that moment. Stop playing small. This is a challenge for me, and it's a challenge for you. So which person are you going to choose to be? Let's go back to that song. The one who's looking at the beautiful view. A lot of spiritual people are looking at the view and going, isn't it nice, isn't it wonderful? And they keeping it at bay, keeping it in the horizon, never stepping into it. Or you're going to be the one that says, let's set sail. There's some good calling me. The light and the voice within me is calling me to the ocean. I'm going to jump head first. I'm going to let my soul shine. I'm not feeling the dark. I'm not feeling the light right now. I'm going to move and take the steps necessary to be the light. Now, horizons take many forms. Sunset, sunrise, the ocean and the sky, the earth and the sky. These are all horizons. But if you define horizon, it involves inevitably in the definition a limitation of sight, a limitation of experience. Some limitation, but we teach in this reality, in this church, we don't live in a finite reality, an infinite reality. So there is no limit. So if you have defined your life by any means, by a limit, a horizon that's in front of you, you're not living in congruity with the presence of God and the presence of truth. An expansive universe that has no end. How many people have ever had a horizon of sitting inside the house, looking out the window at the beautiful landscape of your yard? That's a horizon. Some people sit there and look out and go, isn't it beautiful? Other people get up, go turn the handle of the door, and go out and go, wow, isn't Mother Nature fantastic? I know a lot of people that are sitting inside at the table looking out the window going, what if? What if that dream, this was the year of the dream? What if this was the year that I live audaciously? What if this is the year that I no longer let my family, my work, or any limitation that I have preconceived in my head control my life, and I open up the door and I go outside? And quit asking. I'm asking you as homework to remove the words what if from your vocabulary. 2019 is the year you remove the words what if and replace it with I am. The veritable name of God and the veritable way God expresses as you, I am Teresa. Look out, world. I'm opening up the door and I'm going outside because there's more of me to express. There's more of me to experience. There's more of this vast miracle. I'm no longer sitting inside the proverbial house waiting for somebody to take the reins and to make life better. And that means confronting horizons. The horizon of your education. How many people have ever limited your life because you said, I don't have enough education? Or the limit of the horizon of your body type. Oh, I can't do that because of this. That's a limitation, that's a horizon, and I'm saying in 2019, I'm challenging you to push that horizon just a little bit. Don't throw it away, but just push it a little bit. The horizon of your dream, the horizon of this miraculous universe that is you. I'm challenging you. My invitation to you is to challenge the horizon that is defined by your current understanding and current truth about God, about yourself, and about your relationship to this vast miracle that is our humanity, that is this earthly experience. To challenge it. What if you were to just sit on a shelf for a moment, everything you've ever believed, everything that you've ever held dear, and said, maybe there's a different reality. Scientists do that. Scientists actually work very diligently to disprove the previous theory so that the new theory can emerge. But the whole religious world is going, no, I'm happy with this book, I'm happy with this teaching, I'm happy with my little safe, stagnant life. I don't need to go any further because we're so afraid that what we have believed up to that point was nothing more than a stepping stone to get us to the next truth. The winds of God are blowing. Let Carl Sagan put some wings on you and be willing to just go, well, maybe what I believed isn't necessarily all true. Maybe it is, but maybe there's more to it. Maybe it's a stepping stone. It's a rung on a ladder to get to a higher understanding. So I'm asking you to challenge yourself in 2019. Where have you said, in any form whatsoever, that God has quit growing, I've quit discovering, there's no more to discover, this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Are you an open or a closed environment? Charles Fillmore, our co-founder, our co-founder of the Unity movement, said this right here. Second quote, please. Let's read it together. 1, 2, 3. Together. I reserve the right to change my mind. This great spiritual mind, much like a scientist, says, I reserve the right to change my mind because he understood unequivocally that his understanding of God is an evolving spirituality. And it's not contained in anything. The horizon is expansive. And so if you have the same religious structure that you had 15 years ago, you're in the Dead Sea. If you're believing the same concepts with no newness, no fresh eyes, then you're in the Dead Sea. Now, sometimes the horizon isn't necessarily about discovering new planets, new cosmos, and new stars, outwardly or inwardly. But sometimes it's just having new eyes. The new horizon is to have new eyes. I get really tired sometimes in New Thought circles all over the country. It's not deep enough. Oh, I want something deeper. You know what? Where the depth comes in anything that we teach, the very simple concepts that we teach and the very complex concepts that we teach, is the integration into the pattern of your life. Plain and simple. I don't buy it's not deep enough anymore. I don't buy it from myself. I don't buy it from you. It is only as deep as you take it. I remember taking a religious science class, and I was studying the science of mind. And in chapter after chapter after chapter, Charles Fillmore, Ernest Holmes was saying the same thing over and over and over. And I asked the teacher, when is he going to say something different? And this very profound teacher said, when you integrate it into your life, it will say something different. Sure enough, I go back to the Science of Mind textbook, and there's depth there that I didn't know before. Now, how deep is the concept? You can change your life by changing the inner sanctuary of your own thinking process. There's nothing much deep about that, but boy, it's the deepest reality and the deepest portal to get to heaven on earth when you implement it. But we're waiting around. The world is waiting around religiously. Science isn't waiting around to say, I'm waiting for somebody to come up for the next workshop, the next book, the next profound concept. I believe the silence is the most profound concept you need to know yourself as a vast universe. Within that breath and within that reality is the Christ. And we're not waiting around for somebody to make it better. Any teacher, any prophet, any sage. Let's be like Carl Sagan and Neil deGrasse Tyson and say, let's find the new frontier and to follow the leadings. Even if we don't know what it's going to hold, we know it will be good. Now, some of the stuff that we have believed for forever and ever, yeah, that needs to go to the dump. Some of the thinking that you have held and has defined your life up to this moment needs to be put into the round file and released. Tomorrow night is Burning Bowl. It's a perfect opportunity to get rid of the stinking thinking. But some of it doesn't go into that bowl. Some of it is the eyes of depth that says, I can recycle this truth that has changed my life in this particular book or this particular workshop or teacher. I can recycle it and mold it that it becomes the ladder to a higher awareness. So we don't necessarily throw everything away. A lot of people throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm saying take a moment in 2019 to put a magnifying glass and go, what is mine to release? What is mine to hold? What is mine to work into a stepping stone to a greater reality? And so I'm asking, as Charles Fillmore did, are you an open or a closed system? Plain and simple. All roads to new horizons, all roads to new discovery start with an awareness. Am I a closed or am I an open system? I don't need your answer, but I'm asking you to take some time in the silence to ask that question. New horizons can be found when old ideas are viewed with new eyes. And the quest for a deeper teaching will be, am I open to that which seems so simple to me now because I've heard it 15 times, is actually the most profound thing, and the very door that the Christ is standing at, waiting for me to turn the handle and open it and go, oh. Ever go back to a book that you've read before, and it reads differently? The things that you highlighted are no longer important, but then there's that line that you didn't highlight, and you go, whoa, that's profound. Amen. Amen, Atiba. I was preparing for today, and I read an article that explained with the curvature of the earth that there is an end to what we can see as human beings. And that the taller you are, the farther you can see into the horizon. So, I hate to tell you, those of us who are 6 feet tall can see a little bit farther into the horizon than those of you who are 5 feet tall. And Jay Schofield, he can see almost clear around the world. How tall are you, Jay? Where is he? 6'5". So he's got a view of the horizon. Go spend some time with Jay and say, what are you seeing that I might be missing? But I want to carry that further, because they postulated in this article that those who stand on the top of the Empire State Building can actually see farther than those that are standing on Earth. It is laying out a true scientific correlation between the vertical and the horizontal. That the higher you are vertically, the more you'll be able to see horizontally. The answers will be able to be emerged. Oh, that's what's over there. And I thought about the vertical, and I thought about the horizontal, and I thought, what a beautiful demonstration of opening the door to the Christ of our being. A symbol that says, if you're not happy with what's happening in the horizontal, raise the vertical, and the view expands. Isn't that simple? As I raise the vibration, as I raise the awareness, I will be able to have a greater earthly journey. The spiritual and the physical, all in a great partnership. At the center is where I exist. And when I know that they are in partnership, fully human, fully divine, but I raise the vibration of my spirit, the openness of my spirit, suddenly the horizon becomes more expansive. But I want to carry that further. There are those of us who are a little bit nearsighted. Have to use 16 font on their notes. And I go get a pair of glasses, and I ask for help. Oh, doctor, give me a pair of glasses so that I can see farther into the horizon with my nearsightedness. I'm tired of spiritual people saying it's weak to ask for help. I see better because I asked an eye doctor to give me a pair of glasses or lenses to help me see farther into the horizon. Yet I know a lot of nearsighted, very nearsighted, short-sighted spiritual people that say, here's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, no more. Now, you don't have to be an atheist to do that. Our atheists, we had plenty of atheists in that movie screen that are just getting a different name for God. They go out into outer space to look for it. We're going to go into inner space to find it, but it's the same energy that we're looking for. It is the energy of life. And I'm saying take off any lens that has kept you short-sighted in 2019. Any limits that you have placed upon God and yourself as an infinite being of Christ awareness, take off those lenses and begin to watch the horizon expand. So, 3 things. I'm going to give you 3 points before we move into meditation in a few moments. 3 things that I got from this video, from my preparation, from the science of how the earth is curved. I'm going to invite you to write these down because I want them to contextualize your 2019. Number 1, return to the mountain. How many of you have ever had a moment where you knew that you knew that you knew that you knew that you were the light of the world? It may have been fleeting in just a second, but it's like, the answer I've been seeking is right there. And then we go about our business and forget the mountain. Jesus, every time he came to the end of his understanding, the end of his education, the end of his ability, what did he do? He went to the mountain. He went to the high place so that he may raise the energy in the vertical. Let me get to a higher vantage point. Not detachment, but non-attachment to earthly matters. Let me raise the vibration on the vertical so that the horizontal becomes clear. The Old Testament is absolutely littered with the term high places. Go back and check me out. There's a lot of them there. High places. Because the great wise scholars of the time understood that the higher the vibration, the greater the answer. The greater the ability to overcome my fears and my limitations. These were not just places of elevated landscape. These were places of elevated consciousness by people who were willing to look beyond what had defined the culture up to that point. And I'm challenging you in 2019 to quit defining yourself by the culture of 2018, 15, or even 1992. That culture no longer exists. You are in a culture of expansiveness to raise the vibration and find the high place. How many people in this room, just by show of hands, have a place that you go, your safe place, your mountain place, the place where you go where there's peace and comfort? If you're feeling like this, that you go there and you can find the peace. How many of you have that place? Good. In 2019, return to that mountain. Return to that mountain not once, not twice, often. As much as you possibly can, return to the mountain as a means of elevating your perspective. And the problems that you are carrying into 2019, the difficulties and the fears that you're carrying into 2019 will fade away in the radiant light of your understanding that has been elevated. The bird's eye view goes, oh, God's got this. God's got this. I don't have to stress and worry so much. So plan number one is to go find your mountaintop experience. And if you don't have one or you haven't visited one, I'm going to say go find a cabin in the woods up on the mountain and start to clean house. Go find that place. Go find the place in your home. Go find the place in your community. I was grateful in the dialogue this morning at first service. Somebody said, Unity North is my high place. And that person said, I don't come just when I'm feeling good. I come to the high place because I know it will take me out of my tiredness. I come to the high place because I know it will take me out of my depression. I come to the high place because I know it will take me out of my doubts and fears. I'll be surrounded with other people who are of a high vibration who will elevate me, which is point number 2. Jesus went to a place. He took his apostles. He invited them into the upper room. I don't think that's an accident. That's a metaphorical teaching that we need to pay attention to, the upper room. I love that our Course in Miracles group meets over on Sunday morning in the upper room. I smile when I think about them in the upper room because there's consciousness raising there. But you know what? It has nothing to do with the physical location. There is actually a place called the upper room in Jerusalem. And the Course in Miracles group that meets on Tuesday in the lower room is doing the same kind of work. Because the consciousness is being elevated. But I'm saying as much as your own perspective is elevating the vertical so the horizontal can be richer and more full, is who are you hanging out with? You heard me say a number of times, in 2019, everybody in your life is an elevator button up or an elevator button down. And tomorrow night when you release into these bowls and the flames are going, maybe it's the elevator buttons down that you need to go, no longer do I play this game. You become like the people you surround yourself with. And so the question for 2019 is, are you surrounding yourself with Christ's energy, with light energy, with Buddha energy, with love energy, or fear and anger and upset? And I have to ask myself that question. My wife absolutely calls me out. I watch the news, and there are things on the news today that make me want to go an elevator down, bam, quickly. And I got a lot of people in this congregation that will absolutely point out when my elevator is going down. I appreciate them because I want to be at a vibration that is getting vertically higher and higher and higher, because the answers I seek in my own life, the answers I seek for my community, the 360 view up in the higher vibration is tremendous. And that which has been painful and frustrating and difficult down here no longer has any sway over me, no longer has any pull over me, because I'm operating at the level of my own Christ. So I'm saying in 2019, go find the people that are living there. My father taught me this. I wanted so desperately to beat my father at ping pong. And he told me, start playing with people who are better than you. It didn't make sense. I felt so good when I would win. I could beat my brother. He sucked. But I started playing ping pong with people who were better than me. I raised the vibration of my game. Guess what? I don't know when it was. Maybe I was a senior in high school. I finally beat my father. And the joy on my father's face when I actually beat him at ping pong was basically the father saying, here is my son in whom I'm well pleased. Now, that's a silly little metaphor on the ping pong table, but life is a wonderful game, isn't it? It's a wonderful game. We should be enjoying the ride and playing on this ride. Let it be like ping pong. And the way you're going to elevate your vibration is hanging out with the people who are already living at the level of the Christ. Go seek them out and say, I want to be your friend. I want what you're having. Rub elbows with the rich and famous of Christendom. And not wait around for somebody to show up. You go find them. You go find the Messiah that's going to pull you out of the muck of the human experience. So, you're going to elevate the consciousness, the vertical consciousness in mind first. You're going to surround yourself with people who are doing it. And then I'm going to get really profound with Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar took a lot of flack for saying this, but it is Unity 101. He said this, your attitude determines your altitude. Say that with me. Your attitude. What you're bringing into 2019 is going to determine where you are on the vertical. And where you are on the vertical is going to determine what kind of horizontal you're going to have. I want you to have the most magnificent life, and that means raise the vibration, surround yourself with people who are on that, and let go of the fear and the doubt and the anger and the hatred and the anxiety, and fill it with possibility, expectation, excitement, and adventure. Beyond the horizon, over the next hill, is the very treasure of heaven on earth that you've been waiting for. And I will not empower you and be codependent enough to say, well, that's okay, you don't have to work hard. No, you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to challenge stuff that's going to be really uncomfortable to let go of. And I'm saying, as your partner, as somebody who wants to go to the highest floor with you, I won't accept your smallness. I won't accept your littleness. And if you like that, come see me in my office. And then hold me accountable to the same elevator ride up, because the vertical is determining the horizontal. There's a member of our congregation, I don't think he's here today, Mike Russell. Mike, are you here? He has a helicopter company. I love Mike, and he's just so incredibly generous with this community and a great supporter. But occasionally, one of the benefits of my job is Mike will call me and say, hey, let's go to lunch. I'll pick you up in the back parking lot. And he lands a helicopter. It's really quite fun. Well, one day Mike was coming, and he was going to pick me up, and he was going to get Will Hodge, our guitar player. He was going to join us, and he got in the craft, and we went up, and we're going to lunch somewhere in Dahlonega. And he wanted to have, Will's very fun to talk to. He wanted to have a conversation with Will in the back seat, and he said, Richard, take this. And there was a stick. The stick was in front of me, and I said, I can't take that. Oh, yeah, you're fine. And I knew he had pedals. He could control what was going on. I took the stick. Oh, okay, this is kind of scary. Kind of feels good. And then Mike did this. Hey, Will, how you doing? And he started having a conversation with Will Hodge in the back seat, never saying a word to me. Well, I'm like sweating bullets. Oh, and occasionally Mike would turn around to me and he'd say, oh, don't forget, you go where you look. And then he'd start talking to Will again. Hey, what are you going to have? What do you want to have for lunch? And then he'd turn again. Hey, did I forget to mention? You go where you look. You go where you look. And then he kept talking to more, and I'm just getting a little more comfortable. And he finally says, quit looking down. He was monitoring our altitude, and the altitude was going down based on where I was looking. You cannot look at the horizon of your current experience. He said, look beyond the horizon to where you want to go. And I thought, what an interesting teaching for our spirituality. We are so mired and stuck in the life that we know it today, the limits of our life today, that we're looking down. And let me tell you, in a helicopter, you look down far enough, it's not a good result. The minute I started looking up and looking beyond the horizons, we got to our destination with P's and E's, and I'd like to live under the delusion that I flew a helicopter. It's on my resume now. But the reality, there's something to learn. You're going to go where you're looking. Are you looking at the limits? Are you looking at the frustrations? Are you looking at the difficulties? Are you looking at the possibility that's on the other side? Start looking up. Raise the vibration, raise your posture, do whatever it takes to elevate the vibration and the consciousness that you're at. Surround yourself with the people who are already there having the view, people like Mike Russell, that will remind you, you go where you look, you go where you look. And then watch the attitude and be willing to be held accountable to your attitude. Don't tell my wife I said that. But she's my greatest teacher because she reminds me of the stinking thinking whenever it comes out of my mouth. And instead of cursing those people in your life, bless them. They are the Christ. They are the elevator button up and saying, come on, the view up here is tremendous. Let your soul shine at a higher vibration in 2019. And then you have homework. And that is to report back to this community, to anybody who has the ears to hear and the heart to listen. My life in 2019 is far more tremendous. The journey of the vast universe within me is richer, fuller, more powerful and beautiful than I ever thought it could be. And we'll celebrate that together as community, as a community of spiritual seekers, and as a community of scientists that are absolutely implementing spiritual law. And we'll meet in the center And guess what? Look out, because Christ is going to have its way with us and as us. Let's take this into a time of meditation. Take a deep breath with me. And let it go. We're going to celebrate this magnificence at the White Stone ceremony just next Sunday. But let us know that every thought, every feeling, every step we take is moving us to a new reality of who we are as light beings, as Buddha beings, as Atmans, as the light of the world. And so these words are very simple. With each step, I'm moving higher. With each step, I'm moving higher onto higher ground. If you feel so led, please sing with me on this song. With each step, we're moving higher. With each step, we're moving on. With each step, we're moving higher onto higher ground. With each step, we're moving higher. With each step, we're moving on. With each step, we're moving higher onto higher ground. Let's make it a little more personal. We said on Christmas that Christmas must be personal. Raising the vibration must be personal. Let's change it to, with each step, I'm moving higher. With each step, I'm moving higher. With each step, I'm moving on. With each step, I'm moving higher onto higher ground. One more time. With each step, I'm moving higher. With each step, I'm moving on. With each step, I'm moving higher onto higher ground.
I invite you to turn the volume down just a little bit. Thank you. And those of you in your chairs to sit tall and well. Ground your feet into the floor. Having gratitude for the beautiful earth that we walk upon. And allow your spine to stretch upright to the infinite heavens. Be aware of the ability to move your body, but that you're not using that ability at this time. Be aware of deliberately entering into stillness. And then visualize at this time, without qualifying or judging, your two parents. And if you don't know them, maybe you were adopted. Just at least connect with the energy, the idea that you came from two individuals and that you are a miracle, a result of just one possibility. Infinite other possibilities would have changed everything. You are this one possibility. You are the result of a relationship. Then stretch your imagination and visualize to the best of your ability. It's not a competition in your mind. The images may be modeled or very clear. Visualize your 4 grandparents. Again, it's not a qualification. You're not judging or analyzing, just connecting with the idea that 4 people, 2 relationships are distilled into you. And then stretching a little further to your 8 great-grandparents, who many of you
probably didn't even know. But you are a miracle, a result of those 4 relationships. And then your great-great-grandparents, just entering into the idea that you came from these 16 descendants, ancestors. And then stretching yourself back a little further, as many of us do these days, we are tracing our ancestries, thinking about your further ancestors. You are a miracle, a result of these relationships. And if you gaze over the horizon, we have one common human ancestor. And it doesn't matter what school of thought you subscribe to, what idea you have about evolution. We know that at some level we are connected to the mammals on this amazing blue ball. And before them there were reptiles, fish, invertebrates. Before that, in the primordial soup, proteins, water. In that water is the miracle that is us. It's in the rocks, in the lightning that struck the water and the rocks. We are in the formation of this planet. We are in the solar system. The atoms in our body come from beyond the formation of the solar system. The gold in our body that's in the earth came from the stars. And from beyond. Stretch your awareness back to that furthest horizon. And then forward to right now. Bringing your awareness into your heart, knowing that you come from the stars. What's the next horizon? Hold that awareness in your heart. You come from before the stars. What more could you need to know? How much further could you go? Remain in that space of silent awe. Observe the silence at the center of consciousness. Reflect on the relative quietness of your mind at this time. Be aware of the smoothness of your breath and feel the stillness of your body. Bring back the silent, infinite awe as you gently open your eyes.
Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person and they with me. Welcome to the upper room. In 2019, I wish you the best dining experience of the Christ that you've ever had. So it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Averill, thank you for putting us in the upper room. Where did she go? Oh, okay. Thank you. Say hi to the band. Oh, no, here they are. Okay, Diane, what do we got going on around here?
So there's lots of things on the horizon here at Unity North. Thank you, Richard. And I invite everyone to, if you love what happens here and what Richard speaks about, invite people to join you on Sunday. I think there's a lot of people out there that could use this message that we give out every Sunday. So first and foremost, tomorrow night is Burning Bowl. So please join us. If you've never experienced it, it is, for some people, for many people, life-changing. It is an opportunity just to let go of things that have not served us so well and to start the new year fresh. It releases a lot of stuff for so many of us. So please join us tomorrow at 6:30. And then on next Sunday is our White Stones ceremony or services at 9 and 11:15 as we step fully into 2019, taking with us the message that Richard gave us today and hope for our future. So join us next Sunday. And then also after service next Sunday is Get Jiggy with Radical Joy with Richard Fabosi. It's a great way to start the year with fun and setting joyous intentions for the new year. So please join Richard Fabosi on Sunday, next Sunday as well.
If you want a first-hand experience, Richard, raise your hand so we know who you are. He would love to talk to you about this workshop. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Sorry. And then on January 8th, one of our SCE classes with Reverend Richard and Jenny Scott is going to be heart-centered metaphysics. So if you want to delve a little bit deeper into the Unity teachings from a metaphysic perspective, please join us for that. It starts on the 8th of January, and it will be both here in person and also on Zoom. So we're trying to reach those that cannot come out every Tuesday night to join us. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. So we'll give you more information. It's on the website, and you can register there. Then on January 12th is Unity Basics. That's our membership class. That's a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock and downstairs in the Peace Chapel. Please join us. If you're not yet a member of Unity North, we invite you to join our family and membership. It will give you lots of insight into what's going on at Unity North behind the scenes, and it also helps us because as a member you can vote in our annual elections and be a part of that membership team as well. So please, if you want more information, you can call our office, go to the website, but membership renewal following along that same line begins in January also. So the beginning of every year, if you are currently a member, we ask that you renew your membership so that we know that you are still wanting to do that. And the instructions on how to do that are on the website. So it's very, very easy. It's just filling out a form and saying, yes, I want to continue. So please do that as well. And then the last thing, as the ushers start to come forward and you begin to prepare your offering for today, we are winding up our Christmas match, and I want to thank everyone that has participated in that, especially the donors who have put forth the $10,000 that we are matching. We're very close to that match, so we have today and tomorrow to do that. If you have not contributed to our Christmas match and you would love to do that, there are envelopes in the foyer, or you can just write match on your check. Over and above what you normally give is what we're asking, and it's a wonderful way for us to end 2018 and start 2019 with your generosity and your gifts. We are grateful for every gift that you give to this community, whether it's in the form of volunteering, whether it's in the form of financial gifts, your presence here on Sunday. You matter. You are part of our family, and we are grateful for every single solitary one of you that steps through these doors and loves this community as much as we do. So thank you for that. But we are going to go into our time of offering and say thank you for those gifts that you're about to put into these wonderful baskets by these wonderful ushers. If we can have our offering prayer. Thank you.
Nope.
I am so blessed.
I am so prosperous. And it is my great pleasure to share of my prosperity and to share of my blessings. And in the giving, the entire world is blessed.
Thank you, God. Amen.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Let's give another round of applause for Sarah Crawford Langowitz.
Is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You've got someone to blame. You say one love, one life, when it's one need in the night. One love we get to share. It leaves you, babe, if you don't care for it. Did I disappoint you? Or leave a bad taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past out into the light. We're one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other one. Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your hand? Did I ask too much? More than a lot? You gave me nothing now. It's to what you got. When all you've got is hurt, one love, one blood, one life, you've got to do what you should. One love with each other, sisters, brothers. One life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you and Danielle both stepping in for Julie. Again, we'll send some love to her. Right now, I'm going to invite you all to join this beautiful being, Imani Davis, the other beautiful being, Vilma Orrego, in consciousness, as we give thanks for what's been expressed here today.
Thank you, Richard. I invite you to close your eyes and join me in this beautiful prayer. So we recognize that we are great spiritual beings. Thank you for this basket, for these gifts that we receive today in faith and gratitude. And with your generosity that you did today, the step in this basket flies higher and higher and higher. And now we put our attention in this box, that all the prayers are here, that we know is already answered. God is always with us, and we declare only the truth, and the truth is health, whole, and complete. Thank you, God. Amen.
Thank you, Vilma. And so I'm going to invite you to stand. And this could be kind of a clapping song, so I want to ask you to join hands right now. But it's an old song with new words, but it's talking about this expansive universe, this great circle. Science is going out into space. We're going inward to space, and the circle will not and cannot be broken when we know that we are one in consciousness and mind. Danielle? The circle won't be broken. We are one in unity. As we give love, we receive love. Hand in hand, we will be free. 1, 2, 3, and know the circle won't be broken. We are one in unity. As we give love, we receive love. Hand in hand, we will be free. Know the circle won't be broken. We are one in unity. As we give love, we receive love. Hand in hand, we will be free. So here's your challenge. Boldly go where no man or woman has ever gone before. To the next frontier. Have a fantastic and brand new, wonderful year 2019. And know that you are the expression of love. Thanks so much for being here this morning.